Yeah, I mean, their home form the last few seasons has been good in general. And Keith's taken that up in his own style, I'm sure. Um, I think he's doing a good job. I've known Keith for many years, a player and a coach of various jobs he's had, and he's been put in charge, and he's doing a very good job, and his team are. So I think it's certainly a tough game. We know that, but every game is in the Premier League. I don't throw that around lightly. I always say it because it is. On the other hand, we've been up to Anfield, we've beat them. You know, we played well, I thought, against Man City. Decision or two, we played well against Arsenal. So we're going to have to play well again, you know, and that's the Premier League for you. So we've come out of a win and a draw, which is pleasing. And now we've got to take that kind of feeling into a game at Brentford. But as you said, they've made it clear with their stats and their facts of their home form. It's been very strong this season. So not an easy game by any means.
I know it's fresh after this game, but how do you think generally you're finding the balance between Europe in the league? Because it's not easy. You've spoken about it before.
Yeah, I mean, we've had to mix and match. Yeah, we've had to mix and match the squad and use the whole squad. Apart from the one at Braga, we've drawn one and won three and won pretty well, I would say. Um, and it's only Braga with a flat performance, and we get done on a silly goal. So yeah, the variance is that kind of managing a whole collective of players. We know it's not going to be. When I came in here, you know, the fitness levels required to play the same team all of the time wasn't there. I didn't feel with the way that I want the team to play. So we know we're going to have to mix and match that. It's fair to say there'll be changes again for the Brentford side, Brentford game.
Douglas Luiz has been quite strongly with Chelsea today. What do you expect back to him between now and the end of January?
Doug is a very good player, and I said when we played him in Europe, we'd probably rushed him back, but because of his experience, he's used that wisely to be back. He's a very good player. Doesn't surprise me. There's interest in other, you know, from other clubs in good players. That's the nature of the business. It's always a double-edged sword. You sort of want people interested in your players. That means they're doing a good job and they're good players, but you sort of don't because you don't want them coming knocking on the door, and that's part and parcel of modern football. And links are many, as we know, and not always the right ones.
Speaking of links, do you expect a striker to sign for Brentford maybe?
I'm hopeful. I think it's quite apparent that you know I've spoke openly, and I know the club know that, and they know it as well. By the way, you know the club has a trading way, and that's the way it goes. We let one out, we need to get one in. We know that, and there's work in progress. So I'm hopeful that there will be someone in, but we'll see.
How much more might it be, Sean, in your eyes, beyond that, if it does come in? Obviously, is it as expected? But is that just got to be sort of one of a couple as opposed to the only?
I think the ownership here have made it clear they will trade. I think everyone knows that. You know, they will trade, and there's varying situations. They've traded this summer. Some are doing better than others. Some are going to be a longer situation to develop into the Premier League, and I've made that clear. You know, I've been in the Premier a long time. You know, and it's my third different club in the Premier League. Not every player just hits the ground running, and the younger players have to develop into the Premier League. It's not an easy situation, not an easy league to develop into. But they are willing to trade, and they're willing to ins, outs, and certainly they've backed the club financially, and I'm sure they intend to do so. But I've said it all the time. Everyone makes out deals are easy. They're not easy. They're not easy, particularly in January. It takes a lot of work from a lot of people, and the club are working hard. It's not, you know, it's not like they don't know the situation, because they do, and they're working hard to correct the situation in the sense of the obvious one being a striker. But yeah, if there's other situations that come alive for us, then we'll look to activate on them. And the ownership's made it clear to me that they will activate when the right situations occur.
Is there any more clarity on the draw?
We're hopeful it settles down. I mean, he didn't make this one, but hopefully it settles down. And Tia He's not available in the. Well, sorry, we're talking about Brentford, but you know he's not available in the European competition. Taiwo.
What is the issue?
He's got a bang on the head, but it was too sort of inflamed to be involved. Yeah, he had a tight hamstring, so yet again, he'd had it last week as well. We're having to be careful, and this is the challenge with the game schedule. You know, managing all the players and trying to win games and trying to keep them all right and trying to educate them and trying to get them playing and trying to win. You know, this is the challenge. I knew it when I got here. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. Trust me.
It's the consistency, isn't it? Still at the minute that seems to.
Well, no, because when you're changing teams a lot, I mean, I think I mentioned to you, I might not have done, but I remember I think it was the first season Pep went into Man City. He made more changes to the team and more changes to the formation than any other manager and finished 13 points off the top. The next season he played more or less the same players and the same format almost every week. And we all know what happened next. So, you know, that's how tough it is. You're trying to get all players to sing off the same song sheet and deliver it in all different competitions. And they might not play in one competition, they play in another. It's not an easy task, but so far, apart from the Braga game, we've done that pretty well in the sense of obviously the league form hit that spell, but then we come out of that with a win and a draw. And then in the Europa League, we've drawn one and won three. So we've managed it okay, I think. But it's not okay. It's not good enough. It's not good enough for me. But I don't like okay. I want more than okay, and I'm hungry for more. And I'm trying to get all the players to understand that. It's a great opportunity for players because of all the game schedule, but it is a challenge as well because of the game schedule. It's one of them. It's that knife edge.